Good morning, students. Let us do the last part of this chapter, globalization and Indian economy. So we were on impact of globalization in India, consumer, the effect of globalization on consumer. First point is globalization and greater competition among producers has been advantage to consumers. Now, how it is an advantage to the consumers? We can easily take the example of the Chinese toys was we have seen the Geo's offers. So even the online shopping that we have mainly from the Amazon and Flipkart, you see how much of how many offers they are offering. If we buy any product from Amazon and Flipkart, sometimes they are giving buy one and get one free. Sometimes they are giving free delivery on the products or above this item. So this way they are giving so many offers to the consumers, so that the consumers may get attracted towards their site or towards their company. So in this way, ultimately globalization is giving a quite good benefit to the consumers. Second point is consumers now enjoy improved quality with low prices for several products. Here we can easily take the example from the China versus India toys. So globalization enabled greater competition among producers, forcing them to produce the quality product at low price. We saw that how Indian toy was earlier available on more price, like 50 rupees toy, but the quality of the product was not that very good. But when the China entered into the market, what happened? They started offering on less price and the quality was also improved. So in this way, ultimately, whose benefit? It is a benefit of the consumers. So consumers enjoy improved quality with low price for several products. Next is, as a result, these people enjoy higher standards of living than possible earlier. So now earlier we had very limited offers, we had limited sources, we have to be satisfied whatever was available. But now with the coming of the MNCs or with the coming of the globalization, things are available in abundance. For one product we have so many ranges. As I gave you example of the TV, refrigerator, cars, so for everything now we have so much variety. So ultimately everything is available. Also, so many things are like, if we go to the market, we see so many things of one company. So this is how standard is also increasing, because we can buy, if we have the money, we can buy so many things. So in this way it has increased the standards of living, as earlier it was not so. Now, what are its effects on producer? After all, if globalization has come, it must be giving effects on producers also. So, number one point is foreign investment in India. That we all know how it is, that because so many MNCs are coming, so they are investing in India. Ultimately, because it is income which is not of the Indian people, it is the investment of those people who are coming from the foreign. So, it is foreign investment. And we know when foreign investment is done, it is a method of growth. Then come new technology and production method, that also I have told how, as from the China we saw that people were attracted towards the things which were made from the China. We otherwise also we experience it in daily things, like when we are getting anything, you know uh, just because it is written made in Korea, we feel satisfied. So this is how the technology, production, all these things have got improved. Rise of Indian multinational corporation, it has increased MNCs also. This is something that you all know. But it has lost to small producers. How it has lost to small producers, beta? Now small producers face close competition with such a well established firm. They can here bear small losses, but small producers cannot bear such losses and ultimately end up selling their company to MNCs. How? This is a sad reality. Suppose there is a small producer, he wants or decides to produce and sell his product by his own. He doesn't want to collaborate with any multinational company. But when any MNC comes here, there will be a great problem, as they have MNCs. They have so much money. Even if this small producer will not be ready to join hands with the MNC, still the MNCs will have enough options, because there are so many other companies who would join them. So MNCs will join any other company. So MNCs will join any other company. It will provide good technology and will move ahead of him. So in that condition, he will not be able to compete, because his technology cannot be so advanced, he cannot invest so much, so he will not be able to get the support. So this small producer will not be able to survive. Either he has to join the MNC, or he will have to quit. So here we can see that the part of on the part of consumer, globalization is good, but on producers part, they have to face tough competition and bear great loss. For more clarity, you can take the example of your local grocery shop. When we see that there are so many options are available, so many offers are available, discounts are available online, we will obviously pass our orders for the grocery, for everything online. But what about the grocer who is sitting next to your door or in your street? He won't be able to get customers. His business will be failed. And though it will not be very good for us, because we have read about the dumping of the business also, how they dump the business as China toys enter, and finally they finished all the Indian producers, and afterwards they will have the monopoly to sell their toys according to their own wish. Same is the case with this also. As now we are not buying from the local producers, and we are taking all the things from the online. So ultimately the thing will be that local producers or the local shopkeepers will be finished, and they will have the monopoly. The MNCs will have the monopoly, like Amazon and Flipkart, at whatever cost or at whatever the price they will pay, offer us, we will have to buy on that. So they will even work at loss now, because they have so much money, but ultimately they will finish the competition and they will earn profit. This is example of batteries, plastic, toys, tires, daily products and vegetables are some example where small manufacturers hit hard due to the competition. Small industries, because of MNCs, are in trouble. Some of the Indian multinational employment opportunities, beta, how employment opportunities are given, that I will tell you afterwards. First, what is the benefit of the Indian producers? Some of the Indian multinational companies such as Tata Motors, Infosys, Randex, Asian Paints, they are operating worldwide. Earlier, their companies were only based to India. Their products were sold only in India. But because of the globalization, they have also set up their plants in other countries. So in this way, they are also getting foreign currency. So as they do set up their plants in other countries with the arrival of globalization, they are also earning other things. There are enough opportunities for skilled workers, whereas unskilled workers remain poor. So this is employment based. Those who have computer knowledge or other hand skills, for them opportunities are increasing, whereas those who do not have the knowledge of the computer, it becomes difficult for them to beat the competition. Like they are those who are IT experts, they are getting good packages, but those who are unskilled, they cannot be survive in this competition. And ultimately what happens, the companies are hiring them on less job, or they are removing them. This is also one of the problem with the employment. So they have no security, neither financial security nor job security. Now let us talk about the steps of fair globalization, or the struggle for the fair globalization. When a developed country is using our things, it will take away so much things. Like if we immediately after the Indian independence, we know our country was in very pathetic condition, because we have tolerated so much from the Britishers. So at that time India needed a good start. So at that time, if in such condition we would have allowed the trade from the foreign, it would have ruined the country. So because it should not be like, suppose they are coming in India, but because our technology is not good, so we cannot approach to the other countries. So in this way, only other countries are coming for the trade in our country, and ultimately our business will be failed, our local people's business will be failed, and our income will be drained by the other countries. So this is not a good thing. What are the steps which are taken by the government for this? First of all, proper implementation of labor laws. It can ensure that the labor laws are properly implemented and the workers get their rights, because it is difficult time for the workers. They should be provided job security, good wages, they too can maintain the standards or raise their standards with the coming of MNC. So it is important to take care of the such things. Second is financial support to small producers. This also government can do. Like those who cannot survive this competition, government should support them some by offering some extraordinary offers. Then comes negotiating with the WTO. Now what happens for this? Like we know that when the World Trade Organization is making the policies, at that time what happens, those who are developed countries, their power is even more than other developing countries. So what they do, they sometimes impose or they sometimes force the WTO to put such terms and conditions in which they will have more benefit as compared to the developing countries. So in that condition, those countries like India, they are developing countries, they should take the initiative to negotiate for the fair policies, rules should be beneficial for all. Then comes a negotiation with sorry, then comes financial support to this is done. So it can also align with the other developing countries with similar interest to fight against the domination of developing countries in the WTO. So government or the Indian people should, means those who are into the organization of WTO, they should, you know, join the other countries also which are developing countries. If they will be joining or they will be united, they will be in the more better condition to put pressure on WTO to make such policies which can help the Indian or the developing countries also. Now what is the impact of globalization? That part is left. First of all, there will be no job, there is no job security. How there is no job security? Because of the competition, workers are not in given proper security, because the companies are, you know, cutting their salaries. How they're cutting their salaries? If like there is no season of any particular product and there is no need of any production, what they do, they remove them from that job for that particular period rather than paying their salaries, so that they may not have to pay the salaries, and whenever they have to restart their production, they call them and they pay them very less amount. So very long working hours also they have to face. How they have to face very long working hours? Like there is a great competition, job opportunities are less, and because of that everyone is forced that if you want to save the job, you have to work more than it is given by the company, more than you are paid, you have to work. So they are given low wages also because of the job opportunities are less, and people are more to get the job. So because of that also they are like threatened that if you will work on this much salary, then we will only allow you to take. Now, there are steps which can be done by the government to attract the foreign investment. What are those? Government of India set up special economic zones to attract foreign trade. This is called SEAs. SEAs are the industrial zones where industries get world-class facilities such as electricity, you know, water storage, recreational and educational facilities. So first of all, government set up economic zone where they are provided all these facilities and benefits, so they may set up their company there. It will help to generate the employment, it should get development. So companies which are set up in SEAs areas will not have to pay taxes of initial period of 5 years. This is also one benefit offered to the MNCs, that they will not be paying any tax for the 5 years. These advantages are given for the development of the that area by the government. Then government also allows these companies to ignore some of the labor laws, such as instead of hiring on regular basis, these companies allowed to hire workers for short period of time. So rather than no job, there will be at least get a good job. So this is how the topic is now finished. I hope the chapter is clear to you. If you have still any doubt, you can always call me, you can always ask me. So now tomorrow I will have your test from this chapter. I will put your test anytime after the periods will be over, like after 12:30, and by 5 p.m. you have to submit your test. Oh, tomorrow is Sunday, so there will be no class. No problems. I will put your test. You give your test according to your convenience, and afterwards send me in your groups. Okay. Thank you, students. Have a nice day.